Eldridge with Remax Results. This is the Stockwell Eldridge Show on AM 1280, The Patriot. We are on every Sunday morning at 10 a.m., except for on Mother's Day we were live, which was very exciting. Awesome. So today we have the ladies have taken over. Mm-hmm. Jason Stockwell is not with us today. Today we have the fabulous Casey Thrash with Remax Results and Team Stockwell.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
We also have Chelsea Sonderland, who is also with the Remax Results and the Team Stockwell. The brains.
Morning.
Yes, the brains behind the group.
Whatever.
We also have Stephanie Havel, Sparkles.
Yes.
With Wells Fargo Home Mortgage.
All right, glad to be here.
And we also have our guest of honor, Nikki Knuckles. Don't mess with her. Regional Diverse Segments Manager with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. She's going to be telling us about the LIFT program later today.
Yeah. Thanks
That'll
for
be
having me
exciting
today.
to hear. Yeah. So we're going to start our show with real estate update and what's going on in the industry. Housing is still lean. Sale prices are up 5.7% this month, remaining steady. They've been 5.7 for about the last 4 weeks. We are seeing some changes in the industry with how agents are presenting themselves on listing appointments.
Definitely.
So some of the things that we've run into are some agents, not all, they are essentially buying the listing by talking about your house may be worth $75,000 to $50,000 more than it really is. So it's always good to interview multiple agents.
Which is it's really easy to buy into that. It's really easy to go, oh, well, this one agent told me my house is worth this much more. I'm going to go with them. They're going to get me more money. But in the long run, it takes longer to sell your house. You're going to actually end up making less money in the end because you're sitting on the market. We've got a few houses right now in that's kind of that situation where they thought that they could get a higher price. We said, okay, we can try it. And now they've been sitting there, and that market time is just day after day after day. You're just getting lower and lower and lower because so many people have seen your home.
Well, and it really goes to what the market indicates. I mean, from the lending perspective, we see it, with the appraisals and so forth, and buyers, and sellers frustrated saying, gosh, we're so excited, we went 10,000 over, and then the appraisal comes in 10,000 low, and it's like, well, maybe that, was priced at that house just because you overbid. You have to be prepared. Are you willing to, pay that additional money if you're going to overbid? Because the lender will only lend off the appraised value.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's key when you're listing your house. So several agents take courses with appraisers. So we know what appraisers are looking for, and I think that's an important question to ask when you're interviewing agents. And it's always helpful if you're not sold on one agent, interview 2 or 3 agents. And if one comes in pie in the sky number and the other 2 are pretty close, I would have a guess that that person maybe is a pie in the sky number, and your house is going to end up selling for a little less than you wanted it to.
Or ask them where they got their information. I mean, say, I've interviewed a few agents. Your price seems to be significantly higher than everyone else. Where did you get that number from? Can I see the comparables that you found that are supposedly just like my house that sold for that price? I would like to see. And then you'll really be able to know for sure if somebody's just, like you said, buying the listing by offering this higher list price, or if they actually know something that maybe these other agents don't. And it's always good to figure out the why behind it.
Yeah, and all agents are out for your best interest. We want to get you the highest number that we can for your property. Another thing that we're seeing people doing is they're undercutting commission. So you get what you pay for. There are discount brokers out there that are advertising 1% listing fee, or they have a flat listing fee, but you're not going to get the same thing you would get. So it's important to ask what you're getting for the commission that you're being presented with. And truly, if you like the agent that you're interviewing, that is the agent. The agent sells your property. In Minnesota, commission is negotiable. Try to negotiate the commission with them if you think someone else has given you a lower commission. and find out from that agent, why is your commission higher? What is it for that? Of course, we all want to get the highest commission available, but it is negotiable. I charge 20% for all of my listings. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to
I
take
don't.
all of your money.
That's right. And anything that you didn't think your house was worth, I'll take the overage in. So
Yeah, no.
And so 3% for each agent is sort of the general amount. Wouldn't you say that's kind of the go off? Some people go down to 2.7, some people are up to 3.3, but it's sort of in that world, that 3% world.
Well, in Minnesota, the listing agent actually pays the buyer's agent. So on average, listings are usually anywhere from 6 to 7%. Sometimes people will do 5.5 or 5%. We generally pay out 2.7% to the buyer's agent. That's the standard on the MLS. Some people will do 3%, but it doesn't really mean more agents are going to look at your property because you're getting 0.3% more.
Well, and that's a good point you bring up is it's free to hire a realtor to help you buy a house, correct? I mean,
Yes.
that's where I
There's
think
no
sometimes
upfront.
people are say, well, I'm not going to talk with a realtor yet because I don't, want to have to pay a fee or anything like that. We see a lot of that when people
No,
come
it's
into us.
you guys. You're the
To-
ones who charge the buyers all those fees.
Hey.
Title company.
Title company.
State of Minnesota.
I was going to say, yes.
But they're not
Everyone's
here.
gotta get their
They're
money.
not here. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
so I think it's important to know, like, obviously, when you want to come in, we'll pre-approve you for free. There's no charge to come in and talk to a lender and get your pre-approved, and then also to go out and look at a house. There is no fee to hire an agent to go out
People
and look at a
give you
house.
their
and-
time.
right.
There's everyone that's involved in the real estate transaction at some point in time they are going to give you their time for free because they don't know until the end of the day on your closing day that if whether or not you're going to buy the house or you're going to sell the house. Nothing is for sure, but you want to be able to hire someone who you feel comfortable with, who is going to be there from beginning to end and support you, do what they need to do for you to represent you the best. And like Dawn said, sometimes that takes 2 or 3 people to interview to get that person that you feel comfortable with. And it's not always going to be the same person for everybody.
Right,
Yeah.
and buyers should interview agents as well. I mean, I've had buyers interview 2 to 3 agents. Of course, they choose me when I'm interviewing. But I'm just joking. But the other thing that's important is when you're, especially as a buyer, is if you're working with an agent, they can get you into properties before they get on the market. And I have continuously been asked, I get requests from Zillow, hey, I want to see this house. Guess what? The house is already sold. So, hey, let's meet. Let's talk about what you're looking for. And I'll keep an eye open in all of the pre-lists that we have coming on in the market that I know of.
And just to clarify for people, pre-lists are properties that we already have under contract that are for sale that that are not on the MLS yet. They might be on Zillow, they might be on other sites if you're searching for those, because we have the capabilities of marketing them before they go on the MLS to thousands and thousands of buyers that potentially could look at that home. But we have so many sellers who say, "Yep, we want to work with you. We're ready to work with you, but we're not ready to put our house on the market yet. We're going to be 2 to 4 to 6 weeks out." But at the same time, we can take those homes to the network of buyers that we have and show them to them, tell them about them, network with other agents, and potentially sell the house before, tons of people come through your home for when they're actually on the MLS.
Well, and I think talking about marketing homes kind of will even help us segue into our next segment with the Neighborhood Lift event that's coming up. It's a huge program that's coming to Minneapolis and St. Paul, and agents have an opportunity to list their home on what we call our Affordable Home Tour website. So Wells Fargo is going to help you promote your listings in Minneapolis or St. Paul for this event that's coming up in June.
No cost.
Awesome.
Free.
Wow.
Can't wait to hear more about it.
Virtual
Yeah.
home affordable tour.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I can't wait to hear more.
Yeah, everyone stick around because we'll be talking in great detail about that later. So you guys will have
And
to
the
tell us
$5
all
million
the details.
coming to
For
Minneapolis.
God, stay tuned.
$5 million.
$5 million. I definitely think you should stay
Laser.
tuned.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I was just going to ask Stephanie. Don kind of went over the real estate side of market. What's going on with people's mortgages?
Well,
How are the rates?
Rates, well, I always say my candid response, they're going to do one of two things. Rates are either going to go up or they're going to go down.
They're never going to stay the same.
So it's with anything, same thing with the housing market. Prices, they're either going to do one of two things. Values are either going to go up or they're going to go down. We hope we have an inverse reaction. If home values go up, we hope rates would still go down. We don't want them to go up. But I talk about every week. We have a lot of people that are coming in and talking to my mortgage team about getting pre-approved, and I can't stress how important that is to talk to a lender and get pre-approved because again, when you're out looking at houses, both as Dawn, Casey, Chelsea, you guys alluded to, we are short in supply and housing is in high demand. And if you want to make an offer on a house, you have got to be ready. And most sellers, if you're out there selling your home and you've got, two people, one says, yes, I've been pre-approved. They've looked at my credit, my income. And the other one says, well, we know we're good. I don't know about you, but I'd probably want to, feel confident that person's kind of already, that it's probably going to make it through to the end and just saying we're good, So it's really important. There's a lot of different things that we have to look at, and we want you to understand what's involved in that, what payment and taxes, whether you're buying in Minneapolis or St. Paul or Edina or Blaine, all those things are going to impact. And whether you're buying a condo or a townhome or a single family,
Right.
all those things can impact your homeowner's insurance, which can impact your monthly payment and so forth.
Well,
So,
and I feel like we've been getting so many offers recently where either somebody says, "Oh, I'm getting my pre-approval letter to you," or "Here's a pre-approval letter," and you look at it and you go, "Well, I've worked with this company before. That we don't have a great track record with them." One step better for anybody who is out there looking, and you say you are going into Wells Fargo and you're getting you get pre-approved. Say you haven't found your perfect house yet. Keep moving forward if you know you're going to buy a house. Get fully approved. Go through underwriting. With that said, we are going to take a little break here, and when we come back, we'll be talking more about the Wells Fargo Lift program, and Nikki Knuckles will get into all the details about $5 million. We'll be right back.